welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We're still on the road to 100. I need three to 100, and there is a prize giveaway. So hit the button, y'all. Turn your notifications on so you'll know when I drop a video. How are y'all doing? How is y'all July? Are y'all as hot as I am? Because I am in the South and it is hot down here, y'all. Trying to stay as cool as possible, but I don't even know if our air conditioner can handle this type of heat. It's still Minority Mental Health Month. Let me know if I can help anybody with anything that you need mental health wise, because that is important. Take care of you before you take care of anybody else. I just wanted to kind of chit chat with you guys today. Talk about my reading journey, where I started and where I am today and where I'm going in the future as far as authors or anything. And I have a little list here. So I just want to let you know that when I was little, my mom was very concerned about me as far as reading. She is a teacher, and so therefore she would try to read to me and my brother as often as possible. Well, one day I brought her this book, I don't know, Elmo or whatever, and was like, "Mom, you can't read me this book." And she was like, "Oh, you scared?" It's like, you can't read this book to me. She's like, "Why not, Brittany?" And I handed it to her and I laughed. And I had taken a black coloring book and colored out all the words in this book, okay? Don't know why. Have no idea why. But, as soon as I could read myself, I completely enjoyed reading. When we would have library day at school, it was an exciting day for me. I was checking out as many books as I can. I was a Girl Scout and our meetings were at the library. So, that was right up my alley. As soon as meeting was over, boom, run to the children's department, get me some books, My mom would be fussing back, "You can't get all them books." I'm like, "Yes, I can. They say it's a limit of 10 or whatever. I'm taking 10, okay?" And so I just used to, I was just reminiscing about reading R.L. Stein. We all used to read R.L. Stein and, Goosebumps and everything. And in Martin, Babysitters Club's books were my thing, okay? Along with Little Sister. Those were my things. I was waiting on a new Babysitters Club book to come out so I could check it out. Francine Pascal, who wrote Sweet Valley High, I was snatching those up. Those twins were interesting to me. I think I read, all the way up to, I think they got to college or something. But we were still reading about the twins. And then my mom made sure I had the American Girl Addie series. And that's when I really started to realize that as much as I enjoyed reading, there wasn't a lot of books out there that were for people of my color, Babysitters Club had that one little character, Jessie, who did ballet, and we enjoyed her, but it wasn't like I could go get a whole series of African American, like the twins. You couldn't go get a whole series of African American main characters. And so therefore, when I was in the 3rd or 4th grade, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be a children's book author, because I wanted to write books about people of color, people that look like me. I wanted other people, people to come in the library and check out books of characters that looked like them, that did things that they did, that ate the foods that they ate. So that was my whole dream growing up, was to write children's books. And then I guess I realized I wasn't gonna make no money doing that. And so I became a nurse. in high school, you know, I don't really feel like I read much but the little boring books we were assigned to read in high school. But after, you know, graduating high school and going on to college, I feel like you have more free time to an extent in college, you know, like you are in class from back to back to back. So you have some free time and stuff. And so that's when I picked up my love for reading again when I got in college. I remember my roommate at the time had some books that I would kind of borrow. And that's when I think that's the age where you really start to explore and see what do you like to read. So I remember I was, you know, reading Jerome Dickey at this point. Shout out to him. He had some gems, you know. Carl Weber, I think it's pronounced Weber, W-E-B-E-R, and Mary B. Morrison were like my three go-to at that point. When I was in college, those are my three. If I walked in a library, a bookstore, anything, and any three of those had anything that I didn't have already, I was grabbing them up. And so that brings me into, you know, today. Same thing, if I go in a bookstore and I don't have anything by these authors, I'm gonna pick it up because, you know, I know their writing style and I know that I'm going to enjoy no matter what it is, or even if I don't enjoy it, at least I gave it a chance because I'm used to their writing style. So those, you know, of course, you know, Kennedy Ryan is my girl. But I feel like her books evolve. Like I feel like the first ones weren't as great, and now we've evolved through the Kennedy Ryan journey. Tia Williams is another one. Even though I didn't care for her last one, if I walk in a bookstore and she has a new one out, I would definitely pick it up because I do love her writing style. Mary Monroe is another one. Definitely have one of those over here that I haven't read, but anything I see something about her, by her, I'm going to pick it up. You know that Miss Wiggins she was Wiggin, okay? La Jill Hunt, that was another one that I was reading back in the day, and I still would grab something of hers to this day. Back in the day, of course, also it was Zane. We were definitely probably not supposed to be reading Zane, but we were reading Zane. And I still enjoy a good Zane book. Brittany Cherry has been one that I have grown to love. Her writing style, If You Stayed, was to me phenomenal. And so I've been really enjoying her books. Balu Babalola, I think that's how you pronounce it. Sweet Heat, Honey and Spice. That series was fabulous. I enjoyed the writing from beginning to end. I think she has one more book out there that I need to grab because her writing was just that good that it makes you want to go grab another one of hers. And Kimberly Lawson Roby, you know, she had the little church series, Curtis Black and all of that. Any one of hers I will grab. You know, it's definitely a good read. And I will also say Alexandria House. I enjoy her reading. If I see it or see it on Kindle or whatever, I'm grabbing it because I just enjoy her reading style. And I think it tells a story from beginning to end. A few that I would like to read, I have not read yet, but I've heard great things about. Tayari Jones. I do have American Marriage over there on that shelf. I will get to it. You know how we are. We buy books and we get to them, you know, because we didn't find another one to skip the line. But American Marriage, I would love to read Tayari Jones. I also heard that she wrote Ken, which I heard is another great read. Farrah Rochon, I have not read anything about her. The Boyfriend Project is over there on that shelf as well. But I'm looking forward to reading that. J.L. Seeger, looks like she has a series called Revive Me, Release Me, Restore Me. I've only heard good things about these three, and so I'm looking forward to picking those up. Soul Ties by Miss Candace. I've heard phenomenal things about, and so looking forward to grabbing that one. S.A. Cosby, I heard, is a great author as well, so I'm looking forward to grabbing him. And then there's a one that's floating around. She's been promoting herself, B.M. Harding. I think it's kind of like a thriller, kind of like Frida McFadden type of writing that I heard is pretty good. So I would be interested in grabbing her as well. Thank you for the support, the likes, the comments, the shares. Y'all tell me what y'all reading this summer. Let me know if y'all know anyone I need to add to this list, or let me know what are your favorite authors that you are reading and that you walk into the store that if you see them you can't not walk out without it. Anything else I get into this weekend, I will bring y'all along. Again, thank you for the support. Until next time, y'all, stay safe. I ended my weekend coloring in my Bookish coloring book that I picked up last weekend at Hobby Lobby. Don't y'all judge me, okay? This is very amateur coloring. I am definitely not an expert by any means necessary. But this describes me well, born to read, forced to work. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend.